Hey YouTube, Stephen Michael McDowell, aka Buttercup, Veda, day 24. We're here on the final stretch last week in April. Um, I don't really have much to say today. Like, there's no topic that's particularly at the forefront of my mind. I've been watching a yokai watch playthrough just because, like, I googled games like Pokemon and decided that I wanted to investigate what other sort of catch 'em all kind of games are out there, battle games are out there, and so I've been watching a yokai watch playthrough. It's not my cup of tea. I don't think. I don't like the designs or uh, the themes that much. There's some interesting mechanics in the game, and some interesting notions about the uh, the world. But I really can't pinpoint them right now because I haven't been paying close enough attention and like documenting in my head like, oh, that's a really interesting thing. It's more like I've just been watching this thing and like as stuff comes up, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, uh-huh. But nothing has like really stood out. I guess I think it's interesting that there are like you can befriend and add to your party most of the yokai, but there are special kinds like the bosses and the S kind who you can't capture or befriend, as is the mechanic in this game, rather than catching them. Like I think that that's as far as ethics are concerned, just like befriending these spirits versus catching these real live animals against their will, um, or like wearing them down until they're easy to capture. I kind of like that the ethics of this a little bit more, but I feel like the market the demographic is for younger kids. Um, yeah, it's interesting too that there are like spirits and that there's like a combination of like modern day things versus ancient Japanese Shinto and Buddhist entities, and because they're yokai, but they're more reminiscent of like the roots of where the notions of a lot of different Pokemon come from, because it's like Japanese folk spiritual religious practices. Um, Besides that, I have heard a lot about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is a TV show that's really popular in Japan, and I realized that a lot of queer or like gender nonconforming people who I know who are into anime like watch that show and have a few things to say about that show. And like, so I started watching it, and like, I'm still in the first part with Jonathan Joestar, and it's bizarre. It's truly bizarre. That's for sure. It starts out this like sort of Tale of Two Cities like ripoff, but then quickly descends into vampires that aren't vampires. They're actually they're called zombies, but they act like vampires. Like it's totally weird. And like in the battle scenes where they're like there's the dialogue is so comedically earnest and just like literally saying everything that's going on as if they're just like ripping it from the pages of the manga. And like yeah, it's just so campy. It's like unbelievably campy, but the things that happen in it are like really just like disturbing. And so like at some point uh no, I'm gonna try not to spoil it, but one of the characters gets like sliced in half and like stays alive for like another 10 minutes after that happens. And it's like talking, like just like a really slow death. Really disturbing show, but also like how campy it is. I can imagine watching it super stoned and being like, "This is the most amazing, ridiculous thing that has ever existed." Um, so yeah, I'm watching that, but I don't know how long it'll be. I feel pretty convinced that I'll drop it, just because like I've got a lot of work things to do, and this show just seems like it can go on forever. Because there's like I don't know, I think there's 4 or 5 parts available, and they're each like 26 episodes. And like, if I could watch them at like double speed, maybe I'll figure out how to do that. Yeah, then I would probably watch it. Be more inclined to watch it. But I'm just like sitting there, just like reading the subtitles and just going like, what the hell is going on? Um, I'm sure that these two factoids, or like these two experiences, Yokai Watch and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, will somehow be incorporated into my comic. Like I'm doing a lot of peripheral thought about how to incorporate aspects of them into my comic. Maybe just like not taking my comic as seriously as I'm taking it might be the lesson to be learned from this. But I guess that's about it. Thanks for following me so far in this journey. I doubt most like there are many people watching, but for everybody who has been, and like people in the future who like look back on this and like watch all of it, thanks a lot. This has been Stephen Michael McDowell, aka Buttercup. We still got a week left, so look forward to that. See you next. Bye.